Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of our Zero to Hero guide, walkthrough, playthrough thing we're doing for a while. Where basically I'm going to level up a character, take it into some of the endgame content, and tell you all the tips and tricks along the way. Last time, started our character, went over all the other classes in the game, decided we play in Druid. Go ahead and log in, get that loading while I keep talking here for a second, and then we started making our way through Exile's Reach, which is essentially the tutorial of World of Warcraft. It's going to tell you a lot of the stuff you need to know. Not everything. It's not considered the best tutorial ever. Oh, and see, look at this. Notice how my character is turning very slowly? That is a current bug that is in the game right now. So actually, to fix that, we just have to log out and then log back in. That guy just leveled up in front of me. Congratulations, Avera Beta. But you might notice on the recording that in my left, or bottom left, I have my channel logo there. That is just to go ahead and block some of the chat. In this episode, we're going to be making our way into the main city. And in general, nothing really bad gets said over chats. But I would prefer people not just be staring at the chat bar the whole time. Because, I mean, people do say some interesting stuff. As well as, I have some friends on my account with, like, their real name, BattleNet, sign in. So, like, if one of them were to log in, it would just drop their full first and last name right there. And maybe they don't care if that goes out to the world and onto the internets, but they can do that for themselves. I'm not going to do it for them, so we'll just have that there. The only thing it's blocking is just my chat. And if you might be able to catch the end of a sentence. It's not blocking the full chat, but that's not its main purpose. So we'll just continue on like this. Some other things I wanted to note. That I just noticed from last time. Of course, if you guys ever have questions, ask them away. I mean, this was made for you guys, whoever has questions. And if not, if you already know WoW and you're just hanging out and watch me, just drop a comment. All works. I read them all. Respond to most of them. Yeah, is that everything I was going to say? Oh, yeah, another thing. I don't know if I explicitly stated it in the last video, but I do plan, I don't know if it'll be this season because I don't know how long it's going to take me to get up there and stuff, but this character, I will get Keystone Master in Mythic Plus, like, to those of you who know about this. It is going to be a Zero to Hero, or I'll get Keystone Hero, whatever. I will get a 2500 rating on all the 4 specs of Druid, so I can show how to play a tank, DPS, a healer. Well, and I'll play both forms of DPS. I'll play a melee and a range, so there's that. There was one other thing. I didn't make clipped. Oh, yes. My keybinds. So I have some keybinds that were already installed. I have just those set. If you go to options and keybinds, these are set for my account. So I had already, if you just go into action bar, you can set these there. Change those how you please. But that's just like my account has them all set already, so they'll be a little different than what yours are. But we are ready to get back into it. Zote is heading on his way. We could use our travel form here. And yes, I got a bunch of titles. It does that when you log in as well. Oh, that's right, you guys can't see the chat bar now. But we are going to just head up here and continue questing. There's a side quest over there. So this is where we'll get to see kind of the distinctive difference between the two. My cursor is here. You see the kind of banner around this quest? That's marking it as like a main quest, like a campaign quest. This one on the map, I'll have to look up on the top right here, has just an exclamation mark and would be a question mark when you complete it. That one's a side quest. Feel free to do all the quests you want, but for currently, we don't really have to do that side quest. Because we already did the other one where we killed the bear, so kind of just want to get off Tutorial Island as quick as possible now.
That's Merity, our mage. We have to rescue her.
You guys just said this. Go ahead and we'll turn this in.
Be careful out there.
And then we're going to give us a slew of quests here. So Rescue of Merity Huntswell, rescue her. We can do that. Purge the totems. Set fire to 5 harpy totems. And harpy calling, defeat 10 harpies and their allies. So I guess giving us 3 quests here is where we're going to start to notice a kind of trend that WoW is going to have. The trend being typically when you get quests, they're all going to be in the general area, or you're going to get multiple in one area. So this one's like, slay 10 harpies, destroy 5 totems, and then save Merity Huntswell. So, you know, we can kind of work through it as like a little dungeon or something, like a little encampment that we're going to fight our way through. So I start killing harpies, burn those totems by clicking on them. Pretty simple stuff. This is the tutorial. Don't you worry though, we're going to be out there into the world very soon. Actually didn't really have to... Oh, harpies and cohorts, so... We got an ogre taskmaster here. Oh, there's not enemies here because we got a friend here. We're going to big bite him. Keep clawing away at him. Oh, we just got another bag. Very nice. Bags are good for having more space. Oh! Did mention at the beginning of the video, but I'm not going to be sending any gold or anything to this character because that's part of the game that I would like to show everybody, as well as how to make currency, how to spend currency smartly and all that kind of stuff. Smartly. Wisely. That's the word. Please let me hit it. So there was an instance of, see, somebody out in the world had started fighting something, I helped them kill it, I still get rewards for it. Now, if something is grayed out, like you see their name, the enemy's name grayed out, you will not get the reward for it. That can happen when you're on like a PvP server and the opposite faction has tagged it, or sometimes if there's a large enough raid group out in the world tagging stuff, you won't be able to get credit for it, but...
I'm here to help.
So we got Keylock coming in. She's gonna do monk magics. He's gonna heal us, I guess. And yeah, we're just gonna kill stuff. Still very easy. You'll notice this this Avera Beta person is... They're kind of zooming around, but I kind of want to show them. And I can inspect them as well. They are wearing what is known as bind to account armor. They're fighting. We will help you, sir. Or madam, actually. Yes, we will fight for the Alliance, Henry. Okay, that is pretty big, actually. Ah, see that big swirly on the ground? That indicates something you want to dodge, so don't be in that or it'll hurt you. Just building up our combo points with these shreds and then spending them on our bites. And for a lot of abilities and stuff, you're gonna want to read those. I know what these do already. But if you're a person who's just picked up the game, you may not know how everything works. Read it. You'll get a general understanding of it. Later on in the series, when I get to endgame and I really start to fine-tune my skills at a character or at a class, I'll show you guys some of the steps I go through to just learn how to do damage, how to use my utility properly, and we'll get to that when we get there. But for now, in general, just know what buttons do big damage, which buttons are going to be doing a lot of damage to the enemies quickly, and you can get by in questing doing that. So it looks like we got a new belt.
Stay away from dark magic.
I'm gonna turn in this one, just some experience in gold, and that leveled us up. Ooh, we hit level 10. We're gonna choose that in a second.
Stay focused.
RP calling. Yes, I know I found a new piece of gear. We've logged out since then, so you're going to be like, ooh. Oh, we also got some healing potions. These are great to keep around if you need them. As a druid, I'll probably be able to just heal myself. I don't necessarily need potions for questing. In the endgame, you should always have potions on you, though, because they're nice, but questing can get away without it. Return to the Alliance camp and speak with Captain Garrick. We shall. Oh, yes. But we just hit level 10. You would notice in the bar, but so we got some spells and abilities. Notably, and you'll see this, you can hit N, or in the bottom right, you'll open up your talents. You get to choose a specialization. And you can read over these and look at them. These are those things I was talking about in the first video, going over some of the classes. These are the specializations you can choose. So you can see, starting from left, we have balance. They can shapeshift into a palette from Moonkin. Use nature and arcane magic to destroy their enemies. They're going to use staff, dagger, mace. This is the caster. This will be your spell casting druid. Feral, you turn into the cat. Using agility and damage, this is going to be your melee DPS version of the druid. Guardian, says right there, is your tank version, where you be a bear. And then restoration, it's going to be the healer. For right now, and because I think it is going to be... And I've thought about this a bit. So, just going off of archetype of class, I think currently in the game, the highest played and most played character is a Retribution Paladin. I think they're the most common. And that's a melee DPS. And I just kind of feel like playing it. So we're actually going to go Feral. We're going to be a cat guy and claw people up. Probably going to be one of the better ones for questing too. So once we've activated that, we are now a Feral Druid. But it should also be noted, you can switch between these as you please. You can change between all the different specializations whenever you want. You're not locked into anything. So we'll be Feral for now. But we can switch between Guardian, Restoration, Balance, and all of your gear transfers. So you'll see, look at these boots. Expeditionary leather boots, they use agility. They give agility and stamina, but then they have that grayed out intellect. So the reason it's grayed out is because my class doesn't use intellect currently as a Feral Druid. But if I switched over to Restoration or Balance, which I'll do in a second. Oh, we don't want to see that page yet. Here, we'll go to Restoration. We flip over to be a Healer Druid. And instead of using the agility that the Feral would, you'll see we now have the intellect and stamina, and the agility is grayed out. So a large majority of your gear transfers with you between your different specializations. So if you are playing a tank druid and you want to switch over to be a healer, there's really only 3 items you have to change, and some of them you may not have to. So your weapon will be specifically one or the other. It'll be either agility or intellect, and you'll have to get a new weapon. Trinkets as well, when we end up with some of those trinkets, will there are some trinkets that are universal and can be used by everybody, and some of them that are like specific to intellect, strength, or agility. You might have to switch those. As well as generally, they might use different stats. But we'll get all into the stat distribution and gearing and stuff later. For now, we're questing, and we can kind of just put on whatever's the newer item we have, the higher item level one. So we'll flip back to Feral. We'll go over to the talents, and here you will have your talent tree. Break this down quickly and easily. On the left side is going to be your general druid tree. So whether I'm playing Feral, Guardian, Balance, or Restoration, this left side is going to be the same. Well, it's going to be the same nodes. You might put different points in, but it's going to be the same looking. The right side is your spec tree, specialization tree. So this one's Feral. So this is going to give us specifically stuff for when we're playing Feral. But you get your first point goes into the left tree. Every point after that alternates. So the next level I'll get one for Feral, and then after that I'll get Druid, and then Feral, and then you bounce back and forth. Your level remains the same for all your specs. So if I'm a level 30 Feral Druid, I'm also a level 30 Restoration Druid. So anymore, they've made it very easy to switch between the two, or 3 or 4, or however many specs you have. But for now, we are just going to, and by all means, while you're questing and leveling, just choose the things you think are fun or going to be useful. I'm playing a Feral Cat right now. Am I going to take Starfire, which is a casted range spell? No, I'm not going to take that. What I am going to take is Thrash, because that is going to give us a melee ability that's going to hit all enemies around us, and when we're questing, well, a lot of the time we'll be fighting multiple enemies, so we want to get that for a little bit of AoE, or area of effect damage. Down here in the bottom left is going to be a loadout saver, so you can have multiple loadouts. We're going to go ahead and make a new one. We're going to call it Zote the Mighty. And this will be Zote the Mighty's loadout, where we have Thrash. Now, to get Thrash on the bar, Go ahead and just drag it down. We're not in our cat form. We'll swap into our cat form. I'm going to put that on... that ability for now, as well as I think we had a couple new spells from our spell book. Rip. So when you hit level 10, you're going to get your specialization spells. So make sure you check your spell book, because you'll have a few extra ones. So we got Bark Skin. This is available to all druids, but this is our main defensive ability. So if you read that, go to your skin becomes tough as bark, reducing all damage you take by 20% and preventing damage from delaying your spellcast. Very nice. 1 minute cooldown. Boom. Use that when you're taking damage. Got our Moonfire and Wrath, which you see highlighted. We don't have it on our bar. It is on our bar. It's just not on our cat bar. We've got Rake, which looks like it's going to bleed the enemy. Feral Druid does a lot of bleeds, so make sure we get that down there. We got a Rip, which is another combo point spender for a bleed. We've got Swipe, which is going to be just AoE damage and awards a combo point. So we're going to get all those down there. Put them, you know, wherever you're kind of planning your little ideas for how you're going to do your keybinds. One other thing to note, when you become a level 10 and you choose your specialization, you're also going to get a mastery. And this is going to be different for every class. So if you get gear that gives you mastery stat, which is one of the 4 secondary stats, which are critical strike, haste, mastery, and versatility, you can guess what critical strike does. You can probably guess what haste does. Makes you quicker. Mastery is going to be different for every class, and then you got versatility, which is just flat damage and healing done, and damage taken decreased. Versatility is pretty good for tanks most of the time. But our mastery, so it increases the damage. You can look at here or in your spellbook. Increases the damage done by your cat form, bleed, and other periodic abilities and finishing moves by 16%. Long-winded way of saying you do more damage with your abilities, right? And sometimes they're as simple as that. But this one does say specifically combos point spending abilities like our big bites and our rips, as well as bleeds like our rake and thresh.
We saved Merity, all thanks to this recruit.
Good work.
But we're gonna get back to questing. We went right into tutorial mode, but hey, we only have to go over everything once. And since we went over a lot of the UI and base stuff, the last video, so I gotta keep clearing my throat, I'm gonna be talking. We're gonna be able to skip over a lot of that this time and just start getting out there questing. Get another fellow druid.
Don't leave your post unattended.
Meet Captain Garrick outside of Dark Maul Citadel. Well, we can do that.
Recruit, you're with us.
And where would that be exactly?
While we head to the Citadel.
It's right up there. She's talking. Look, I'm gonna talk over a lot of the dialogue. It's just gonna happen. I'm sorry. Those are definitely better. Remember using the shift key to look at that. Put that on. Did she walk away? I was gonna follow her. Okay. What are we looking like nowadays? What is Zote? Is he kitted up? We're very blue. I don't know if I want my druid to be blue, but you know.
Together, we'll see our way through this.
I was just taking a sip of water there real quick. Okay. Have Merity transform you into an ogre, then scout the nearby ogre citadel. Sure. Alright, Merity. Ogrefy me.
Mind. If you feel a strange tingle, that means the illusion is working.
All right, recruit. Just act like an ogre and get us inside the Citadel.
Yeah, we can do that.
Words. In fact, don't say anything at all. Just smile and wave.
I love the large stick I have on my back. They ogreified my weapon as well. Hello, fellow ogres. I'm here to be stupid.
More sacrifices. Go to Cooking Pit. Wave at Gorgoth. Show what you got.
So I gotta go to the cooking pit and wave at Gorgroth.
Let's see what we can learn about the ritual.
That is Gorgroth. He's a large man.
What do we have here?
You'll see over in our quest, it says type /wave to wave at him. We will do that. You can't see my chat, but you just type enter /wave, enter again, and we will wave at him.
Take them to the back.
Oh, we've got an optional thing. Optional meaning, obviously. You don't have to do it, but you can.
Their leader.
How about we dance with him?
It is time to complete
Oh yeah.
the ritual.
Oh yeah, we're breaking it down.
Moves. You dance good.
Let me know in the comments what dance this is. This is a real dance.
I think you're taking the ogre act a little too far.
We got another player here, Sneak Roth. Sneak Roth. He's leveling up as well. He's dancing.
Captain Kelra! No, no, no! How can we break these seals?
There is always a way, Henry.
There's always a way.
We can't rest until we stop the ritual.
We're close to stopping all this. We just need to push a little further. That is true.
Stay focused and sharp.
Recover the word stones from Jug, Nug, Wug, and Grunk. Then use them to free Captain Kira.
Keep your guard up. Gorgroth mentioned ward stones. Find
What do you got for me?
the captain.
Slay 8 ogres. Yeah, I can do that too. What do you got for me? Blow up 4 catapults? Sure. Use our dash to zoom on out of here. There's Wug. Target spotted. And with all our new abilities, we're going to be able to take him out a lot quicker. We're going to rake him. We're going to apply all of our dots. We're going to try our new buttons. He's done for. I will note that in general, so we got some new abilities, right? Thrash, Swipe, got that Rake and Rip. I would say you can read the tooltip, see how much damage things do. So Swipe's doing 48, Shred's doing 91. And you might say, look, well, I got this new ability, why would I ever use this one? It does half the damage. Well, this one hits all targets. Shred just hits one. So you're going to want to use your single target abilities on single target, and AoEs on AoE. And for whatever class you're reading, you can just go ahead and read those and figure it out. They're pretty intuitive, early on at least, and for much of it, we're going to destroy that catapult. Flip into our antler form, our stag form. Make our way here. Here's a good AoE pull. Remember before we would have had to individually hit all these guys, but look at this now. Gonna AoE them. Oh man, tearing them all up. Gotta pull. I see a treasure chest. Gonna help of Verabetta. I'm interested. So if she gets that chest, am I gonna be able to get it? Yes. Not all chests are like that. Oh, we missed a guy down in here, and you see indicated by that. I'll have to. You know, I mean, you'll gain a little more intuition and stuff of seeing how quests work and where to go with them. Some people get confused. It can be confusing. Oh, but there's no enemy in here. Well, if you're pretty sure you've got the right spot, there he is. He must have just recently been killed, which means he's, you know, you gotta wait for him to respawn. We have to kill 8 ogres? Oh, man. I don't see any ogres. And here's another problem you're gonna run into with WoW and really any MMO. Sometimes if there's multiple people questing in an area, you're gonna have to wait for respawns. You're gonna have to fight over resources in the area. But if you are inclined, and if they're willing, you can always group up with the people in the area to share the quest rewards. I mean, MMOs are meant to be played multiplayer. Sorry, my brother came into my room. I had left my phone in the bathroom. As you do when you take it out of your pocket. Does this guy count as killing an ogre? He does not. Wug does not count as a general ogre. He's too powerful. That's crazy. I left my phone. I never leave my phone in there. I was ready to come in and make this YouTube video. You could take a crazy guess at what I did before I went to the bathroom. I mean, when you're gonna be sitting down for over an hour, you might as well. That's Jugnug. He doesn't count as a general ogre. Here's 2.
Bossy smash.
Got 2 target fights, so we're gonna make sure we get our AoEs going here. Make sure we keep our bleeds indicated up here on our targets. Ooh, a necklace. We'll definitely put that on. Okay, how many more ogres? 1 more ogre. Sneak attack. Which the Feral Druid kind of is, actually, a sneak attack kind of class, as you would imagine a large cat would hunt from stealth. Now, one thing to note, I definitely lost some health there fighting those enemies. Keep an eye on it. Pulling multiple enemies or fighting hard enemies, you could die. In the tutorial, it would be pretty hard. Enemies are pretty easy, but you could find a way to do it. If you pulled everything in a zone, they would most definitely hit you and kill you. So we're gonna turn in these quests. We've leveled up again because, well, that's just what happens. Is there any experience gains? Oh, I do have experience gains. So I have multiple level 80 characters currently in the War Within, which is the expansion we're playing. When you're watching this, blah, 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 blah. As you level up, oh no, this is an evergreen thing. As you level up more characters to the max level, you get a scaling experience bonus up to 25%. So we'll be working our way through here a little quicker than you would if you were a first-time account, but I mean, it'll just take you 25% longer. And that's actually kind of nice for the series, because we can get through things quicker and get to that end game fun.
Thank you for saving me, but we still need to stop Gogol.
Hello, Captain Kira.
Good fortune.
Yep, got all your ward stones.
To be done.
Complete the dungeon Dark Maul Citadel. Okay, so this is going to show us how to use our dungeon finder. So we look down here in the bottom right, it's showing us, hey, group finder or the I key, which you can use both ways. This is the group finder page. Remember before when I was talking about Horde and Alliance can't play with queued content? Well, here is the queued content. So in this dungeon finder, you'll see that up on top you have the role you can choose. As a druid, I can choose all 3 if I wanted to, but I'm a DPS right now, so I'm only going to have the DPS clicked. This one indicates that you're an experienced player and are comfortable instructing the group in how to overcome the counters. Well, I'm making YouTube videos about it, so I would imagine I am. This doesn't put you at any sort of like... I actually don't really know what this button does, but I always click it just because, I don't know. I do know what I'm doing, so... And then we'll select our Dark Maul Citadel, which is what we want to go into. You'll see under here, there's all the random dungeons, the War Within, random dungeons, Hero. These are all for later. We're not going to worry about those right now. So we just want that one. We're going to go ahead and hit Find Group. Ba-da-bum! A noise you'll be hearing quite a bit as you play the game. This means your group has been formed. And then you have up to like 30 seconds to hit Enter, accept it, and it's going to put us in here. Let me readjust my chair. Oh man, we actually have another player with us. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever gotten another player in here while doing this for the tutorial, because it gives you the NPCs. So we have our friend Lucky Star to go on this adventure with. Well, Lucky Star, I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to come in here and hit these enemies. I'm scratching and biting them. What are they? Looks like they're a protection warrior. So we actually have a tank.
Full of necrotic energy. They must be close to reanimating the dragon.
Specifically for Feral Druid here, I'm going to be spending most of my combo points on this Ferocious Bite rather than the Rip, because currently, I mean, this at a max combo point takes 24 seconds to do its full damage. I have 320, which is a lot. or with the Ferocious Bite, I can do 102 instantly. And these guys are not living for 24 seconds. I can assure you of that. They're going down quick, because we're strong. I mean, they're living a little longer than the other enemies, though, that's for sure.
That's one of Gorgroth's top lieutenants. Can we really defeat him?
Alright, let's get him.
We haven't come this
Big enemy, so I'm going to use my defensive as I go in here. A little bit of bark skin.
I'll keep his
I should have used Rip on him. Ooh, man, yeah, see, look at that. He's hurting me. So typically in dungeon, you would have a healer. I think we do have a healer. I think it's Henry. He's throwing some heals at us. And look at that. Our first blue item. Blue items are a higher rarity. Rarity goes gray, white, green, blue, purple. And then there are some very rare items out there called legendaries, which are orange. We'll get to those later. Maybe a little side quest of trying to equip one of those. But we got Tunk's toothpick, so we're going to go ahead and put that on because that's way better than what we have on. Oh, we didn't put on our hands either. Yeah, I get sidetracked. I'm talking about a lot of stuff. I'm going to put on that stronger weapon. What does it look like? Oh, Lucky Star got one as well. Lucky Star, I lied, is not a prot warrior. He's a Ret Paladin. Or she is. The character is a she. I mean, if we're just going off of strict stats, it's probably a guy. May not be, though. I know plenty of girls that play this game. Actually, I know more girls that play WoW than, like, any other game. World of Warcraft and another one, you're not going to believe me. The amount of women I've run into that play Rainbow Six Siege. Quite a bit. I haven't played that game in a while, though. Oh, we're coming up to the big boss fight now. Get in here and kill all these little ghouls. Your ghouls mean nothing to me, Gorgroth. I have a holy warrior at my side. Let's get all over it. I'm going to use a Rip on this guy because I think he's going to live longer than 24 seconds, and that's going to do big damage. He's using Shadow Bolt, and I have nothing to do but take it. And he's down. He's not down. He completed the ritual. No, we're good. Nothing happened. Ravnir. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I knew this was happening, but... So, see this? He's doing a necrotic breath. He's facing that way. I'm getting out of the way. That's a pretty archaic kind of mechanic. Things are usually way more telegraphed and visual in more recent expansions, so... Oh, we got a trinket. But say that guy was going to stand there and do a breath attack in front of him, there would be like a big cone coming out of him with an area that you would see. They usually do a pretty good job of updating things, but in this old zone, they don't care, I guess. Let's get out of the Citadel. Well, I'm gonna put on that trinket before I forget about it. Also, we have a 12-slot bag here. So I guess now we can talk about how you would equip a new bag. We see here I have a 6-slot bag, so I would just want to drag that over that. Right? Yes. Take note. So say this 6-slot bag here. See how it's highlighting in my inventory the blue ones? If the bag you're trying to equip is in those blue slots, you have to move it out of it first before you can drag it over. That's just a weird thing that they've done. I think back in the day the bag had to be empty. If I remember correctly, you had to like empty out the bag into your bank or something before you could put on a new one. So we'll turn our quest in here. Get a helmet, level up. We have a helmet on now. But you're giving me another helmet? I just got one. Okay.
Excellent work, recruit. Hop on a griffin and fly home to Stormwind.
And I leveled up, so we have another talent point. We leveled up twice, so I'm going to get our Tiger's Fury. We only have really one choice over there. And then over here, we're going to be doing a lot of questing, and we're going to be doing a lot of running around So I'm going to grab Feline Swiftness. Just base movement speed increase of 15%. Seems like that could be kind of useful. And we got a new ability, Tiger's Fury. We're going to put that on Shift 1. We can go ahead and read it. Instantly restores 50 energy, increases the damage of all your attacks by 15% for their full duration. This is a pretty unique one in the game, so specifically that last part increases the damage of all your attacks by 15% for their full duration. This means that when I use my dots inside of this Tiger's Fury window, they will do 15% more damage for their whole duration. So this one takes 24 seconds to do the whole damage over time. Well, that's longer than 15 seconds, so it'll actually take the damage increase of that and extend it out to the whole duration. So that's the first damage defensive, or damage cooldown is what we call them. These are rotational abilities, that's a cooldown. But oh yeah, we're just gonna grab this Alliance Griffin to Stormwind. Send me on my way. Oh, look at us, we got that helmet on now. Still the green cloak.
The rest of those ogres are running for the hills. They never stood a chance.
Ooh, shifting my chair while I'm riding on this griffin. I got my chair's in a weird position. Bear with me here. Gotta make sure I'm comfy. Did you guys do that too? Let me know how you guys sit in your computer chairs when you're sitting down for a long gaming session. You got the one knee up, you cross your legs, you sit just like straight legs. I don't know. I change it up. A lot of the time I'm sitting cross-legged though. Probably not great for my like flexibility, but yeah, man, it's comfy. Okay, what can I say? We're really flying. There we go. There we go. It's gonna fade and show us. Oh, there's the whole map, showing us that we're taking us down to the southern portion of the Eastern Kingdoms. That is Stormwind.
Stormwind
Whoa.
City, capital of the Noble Alliance.
Let this play out.
Though they hail from many different lands, the races of the Alliance convene in Stormwind on matters of trade and diplomacy. Their age-old enemy, the Savage Horde, poses an ever-present threat. But no matter the challenge, the soldiers of Stormwind stand ready to face it. As one of the ancient and elusive Night Elves, you have ventured forth from the sacred forests to aid your allies and protect the wilds. Azeroth faces countless threats. Bold heroes are needed to rise up and defend her. For the Alliance!
Or the Alliance. You guys didn't say it nerdy enough. Alrighty. So you see that we've landed ourselves in the capital of the Alliance, Stormwind. And we're going to get our chess piece. Sure, we put that on. Welcome to Stormwind. It's good to be back on solid ground after so much time at sea.
Best of luck to you.
So here's the thing. I would recommend all of you new to the game, go ahead and do this quest.
We'll meet again.
But you will see that I have the option to say, I know my way around Stormwind. Skip the city tour and choose a time-walking campaign. You might have this too, if you're a returning player or any other thing, or maybe you got a boost from getting a version of the game, you boosted a character, and you're like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, I should start from ground zero. Here's your two options. Welcome to Stormwind. You'd go on a little escapade with some gnome up there, and he'd just show you around. I'm going to go show you around anyway, so don't think you need to... I'll give you the tour. I don't need the gnome. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Would you like to leave the tutorial? Oh, yes, I would. Adventurers Wanted, Chromie's Call. And that's going to be Chromie time, also known as time walking. We'll get to that in a second. So we are in Stormwind. And here's one thing that I wanted to check, because I can't remember if they implemented this. Those who know, this mount is pretty clout-worthy. I didn't buy it. I earned it. But here, let me mount up on it. Do we have dragon riding? We do. Okay, so right from level 10, we have dragon riding. Dragon riding is a newer thing to WoW. Wherein instead of the steady flight you used to have, so you have a mount that can walk around. I have to choose a mount for this playthrough. Oh, man. Maybe I should do one of the bugs. A bug mount, because I am Zoth the Mighty from Hollow Knight, and there's a lot of bugs there. This kind of looks like something from Hollow Knight, or maybe the bee? Let's go with the bee. So, we'll do a quick overview of dragon riding. It's called dragon riding. It's flying, basically, is how the game works now. So, you're on your mount. You can walk around. It's faster than normal. To get off your mount, you just press the button again. If you hit space twice, or if you hit this Skyward Ascent keybind or button, you could click it or whatever, it's going to shoot you up in the air and use one of your little eggs here, your vigor charges.
Heroes of the Alliance.
Yeah, this is the part I was talking about, how it's going to get confusing. Things are going to start popping up. Oh, people are going to start talking to you. Here's Rathian. Meet me in Stormwind. I shall present the aspects of it. Yeah, so, this is probably the most confusing part for people coming into the game. And it's really where the new player experience starts to fail. It's where it starts to just become confused. And you get people, I mean, I had a friend recently. By recently, I mean in the last year or so. Come in, start playing WoW, and I wanted him to just kind of go through the level experience on his own. I mean, I played with him a bit, but he did a lot of it. And I would find him in just the most random of zones doing quests. And he's like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, I just started following quests and I ended up here. And I'm like, really? And he's a gamer. Like, he's played plenty of games. And he was just lost. And I don't blame him after thinking about it. Like, it's crazy. But back to the dragonfly, yes. 2 spaces get you up in the air. And then it kind of works like, imagine you're something gliding. If you aim yourself down, you can hold right click and aim yourself down. You're going to gain speed. Hit another one of those ascents and you're going to go up in the air. And then you have a couple of other abilities like this Whirling Surge, which shoots you forward really fast. And Second Wind to restore some of your charges. They come back on their own if you're going quick enough anyway. If you are a new player to the World of Warcraft experience, the video game, it's not an experience. Well, it is an experience, but you are going to be directed to the Dragon Isles, which is Dragonflight the expansion. And I think that's actually a great place for anyone to go through as a first time. That's going to show you how to dragon ride. There's tutorials there. It's a it's a good story, good zone. Teaches you a lot of stuff. Great place to start. I'm not going there though, because I've done it a bunch. And we're just coming out of the Dragonflight campaign, and I don't feel like doing it. So what instead I'm going to do is go around and go to all my favorite zones from all my favorite expansions. And do that to level up. So, remember, we were over there. There's somebody on a big old Brutosaur. But we can come over here. Go in the main gates. Of course, you can fly around. I don't feel like flying because I want to show you around. Here's the trade district, and immediately you're going to be like, oh my goodness, there's so many shops and people and quests. Don't worry about it. You do not need to do all these quests. These are going to be, these are going to be random Stormwind quests. You could do them. They do give you experience. This one's going to take you to a battle for Azeroth expansion. All these things. You might go up to this call board and be like, what is all this? So how World of Warcraft works currently is that, there's like, I don't know, 10 expansions, not 10. There's a lot of expansions that have come out to the game. And they all coexist kind of currently. But none of them were made to know that the ones after them would exist, right? So they're a bit confusing. You might want to make your way over to here and set your Hearthstone here. Your Hearthstone is a... Actually, what is a cooldown? Is it 30 minutes? A 30-minute cooldown. A thing that just takes you back to wherever your home is set. So Innkeeper Allison here is the trade district innkeeper for Stormwind. And all you do is you go up and make this in your home.
Light.
So now this will take me here whenever I use this Hearthstone.
Looking for something specific.
And of course she sells food. Because what inn would you be without food? And you can look around here and see the auction house is right in here. You'll be able to see plenty of people wearing crazy outfits like this guy who's a Yeti currently, and this guy who has 2 electrified apes as pets. But here's the auction house. You can go in and search for all sorts of gear and, you know, weapons and like mounts and armor and gems and consumables. We'll get to a lot of that later. You really don't even have to touch the auction house till you're like max level. We will talk about vendors though. Now I do have a luxury. I have mounts that have, you know, vendors on them. If you're just starting the game, you will not have these. So you will routinely have to go and find a place to sell your stuff, like here at the Weller's Arsenal. You can walk up to this guy, make sure you hit that repair all items button anytime you go up to a shop, or else your armor might break eventually, and that'd be bad. It takes a while though, unless you're dying a lot. And then we can hit our sell all junk items. Just get rid of all that junk we don't need, and then we can go through here and make sure we're not selling anything we're going to equip or use. This is all of our old equipment, so we can go ahead and dump all of it. Because it is worse. And this is a bag that we're not going to equip because it's smaller than all my other ones, so we're going to go ahead out of there. And then you might be like, okay, where am I going now? What do we do now? Well, what you need to do is go over to Chromie. That's Julia the Pet Tamer. Chromie, here on the map. That is our main objective. So Chromie is basically... and sorry if I'm whippy with the dragon flying. I guess I'm not used to people watching me, but I'm adept at it. Well, I say adept at it and just run into a tree. But this here, Chromie, she's a dragon. I know she looks like a gnome. She's a dragon. She is your one-way ticket to playing whatever expansion you want to level up. And you can switch it whenever you want. So yeah, I'll show you how you do that. You talk to her, and we're going to turn in that quest that it gave us just to show there. And you can have a question about time walking campaigns, of course. She'll answer all those questions right there. I'm going to tell you right now. Basically what it is you just choose a campaign or an expansion you liked, and you go play it. So we are going to start with the campaign / the expansion that got me into the game. The OG, the original, the one I played to start the game out. Technically it would be the Outlands, but you know what? I started near the end of the Outlands. Near the end of TBC, and I didn't even really know how to do anything until the Lich King came around. So we are going to be doing some leveling in Wrath of the Lich King. Because I think it has some of the best leveling the game has to offer. But we're not going to do all of our leveling there, so we're just going to go and probably do one zone. And then we might flip around to some other expansions and do a zone or two from all those. You'll see it does recommend Dragonflight. I would recommend Dragonflight if you have never done it before. But I have, so I'm gonna bounce around. We're gonna select the Fall of the Lich King, and she teleports me into a different timeline that looks very similar to the one we were in before. And you see we've got this quest over here. The Dragon Isles away, blah blah blah. The Wrath of the Lich King. We also have an item in here that's gonna show us for the Dragon Isles. We don't want to do the Dragon Isles though. And unfortunately, this is gonna pop up until you get rid of it. So here's what I tell you to do. If you're not gonna do the Dragon Isles, accept this quest. And then go over here to where the quest tells you to go. And you're going to turn it in. And you're not going to accept the next quest. You're going to leave Rathian there. And then you won't get that pop-up anymore. Because that bugged me for so long. I'm like, every time I went to Stormwind, it's like, the Dragon Isles, the Dragon Isles. And I'm like, dude, I've done the Dragon Isles. I'm max level. I don't want to do this anymore. Because I'd like leveled doing other things. So we're going to make sure we accept our Northrend one. And then I'm going to take a look in here just to show you. Once you get to that point, this is where you would unlock all the extra allied races. So you can just go up to those banners, or do a little quick Google search. I'll tell you how you get those. Keep our gift to the wild up. But we are on our way to the Outlands, and we're going to use the public transport system known as a boat. The boat's not here, so we're going to have to wait for the boat. Yes, World of Warcraft is a game that has a fully player-driven economy as far as the auction house, as well as public transport systems, which you do have to wait on. And it's just stuff like that that makes it such a great game. If you find a dockmaster, you can even ask him, be like, where's the boat at? Well, it'll tell you where it's going to. And this one's going to Valiant's Keep. Or Valiant's Keep. Yeah, it's Valiant's, not Valiant's. And Berean Tundra. That's where we want to go. Also, the map indicator tells us to go here. If you're ever confused in a city, don't quite know where to go, you can go up to any guard that has this little thing on it. And they have a bunch of things that'd be like, hey, teach me where an inn is. And it'll tell you, oh, which one do you want to go to? While we are waiting on that boat, let's just get up in the air and take a look at some of the surrounding area. Do I have my view distance all the way up? I do now. So we've got a lighthouse over there. Look, there's our boat coming in. The city of Stormwind. Over there is Westfall. Here's where some other boats are docked. I hit a keybind on my keyboard and muted my mic, and I flew directly into the ground. Ooh! Is there a shark down there? I'm gonna stick my camera under the water. I want to see him. Oh, and there it is. Listen to the... Oh, man. This is... the beautiful music of Northrend. Leave that at 10. I might bump that up just so we hear it a little more. Because it's... Well, no, actually, if we get a cutscene, it's going to be super loud. So I'm actually going to put that back to normal. We'll just turn the music up a little louder. It's got like, I forget what that instrument is called. Or at least, I don't know if it's specifically what it is, but it sounds like a hurdy-gurdy. If you've ever seen one of those, you can go ahead and Google it. It's like the old pirate spinning thing. Sounds like that. It might also just be like a violin or a cello or a whatever, but man, it hits different. And we've got Captain Constance up here. This boat's the Kraken. Oh, and we're on our way. We're going over here with Essen. I'm little Zote. He's level 68, so he's well on his way to getting to max level. Oh, there's another boat. Oh, don't fall off. I almost just walked directly off the edge. That would have been bad. I'd have had to wait for another one. Oh, I had to swim back to shore too. But well, we can fly, so we wouldn't have to fly too far. And well, with them adding flying, so for a majority of the game's history and existence, you did not gain the ability to fly until you were basically max level. And that was annoying. But now they give you the fastest flying in the game right off the bat, which is great for exploring zones. Oh, here we come. Right into Valiant's Keep. And we're given another quest. Yeah, take the ship to Northrend. We've done that. Oh, we can click that to complete it. I see. And then we are just plopped off here in a new zone. We're going to see we're going to be discovering areas, which gives us experience. One thing you're going to want to do when you come into a zone is go find the Flight Master, or the Griffin Master. Go talk to them. Hit this button, it's going to show you all the different places you can fly to. I don't know if you're going to have these all unlocked at the start. Do I? I don't. So just to make things a little clearer, if you have played the game, you may not know about this. Of course, if you haven't played the game, you won't really have much use of this if it's your first character, but if you go to your spellbook tab and go to General, find your warband abilities and hit the warband map to everywhere all at once, it is going to reveal on the map any my hero's path Dragonflight raids. I could fly over to the Dragonflight raids if I want, but it's going to reveal any map that you've discovered on any character. Maybe. Why did I not do? Did I not let it finish? That have been fully explored. Well, maybe I haven't fully explored this thing, although I have. He's in a fight down there. So I have fully explored the area. The only thing is, this is a newer account for me. The account I grew up playing through my childhood was on my father's account, and well, he still plays. But I got my own at some point, and then I stopped playing for a bit. And then I came back and I used a different one. So now I play on an account that's completely mine, but this account was made brand new at the beginning of Dragonflight, so I do not have a lot of old stuff. Been working my way through it, but yeah. So we're going to go through and grab like every quest, except a Griffin ride to Dalaran, and speak with Isarami. We can do that at some point. I don't know if I want to fly over to Dalaran right now, but we'll accept that. We're going to head over this way. Grab these. Now you might notice we don't have any of the main quests, the banner quests here, because this is an older expansion. So you're just not going to have those. That's more of a newer expansion thing. They haven't quite updated it, but if you're new, you're going to be playing, as I said, probably Dragonflight. If you're old, if you're a player who's played before, well, you probably don't need that kind of guidance. But he's told us to come over here. We're going to fly over here on our B. And try to navigate to where this man is. It says he's up here. The ability to fly is very nice. It says he's down now. See, I think it lied before. I think it was down the whole time. Oh no. It's just a man in a cage. You mean it's up? It's not up, it's behind. It's up a little bit. Look, I'm getting lost. I can only imagine if somebody never played the game before how lost you could get. And that's why I'm making the series. General Arlos, hello.
Go with honor, friend.
A time for heroes. Go ahead and feel free to pause and read that. We're going to report to Sergeant Hammerhill at Valiant's Keep. So the story of the Wrath of the Lich King, which is this expansion, basically comes down to it is there's this new area, Northrend. Well, it's not new. Basically, the Lich King himself has waged a war on the rest of humanity. And not even humanity. Also Orc manity, Night Elf manity, and all the other manaties. So, it's bad. Everybody's fighting the Lich King. It's great. By Magni's beard. See, even the dwarves. Wants you to kill 6 crypt crawlers. We can do that, sir. I am Zoth the Mighty. Do I have like a title I can put on? Like the Mighty? I have... Buccaneer, Claw of Eternus, that's not quite it. High Explorer, Hand of the Vizier, no. Smelly? It could be, oh wait, Silk Singer. That's kind of like Silk Song, which is going to be the second Hollow Knight game. The Honorable. I like Smelly. I'm putting Smelly on. We're going to grab another quest here because we're going to need a lot of quests. And we're gonna get to killing. Make sure we're looting along the way. Looks like we got these defenders helping us out. Use our Tiger's Fury whenever it's up, just for a little bit of a damage boost, even though we are still kind of two-shotting these guys. No! Killed our friend. Did I spend all my talent points? I did. That's the last one. You can zoom back over here.
Here there.
Look at that, a little tutorial. I didn't even realize that. You cannot use items shown in red. Well, we're going to be using the two-handed staff here. Probably. So I would say in general, just go off of item level. This new staff, although it's blue, it's green instead of blue, is a higher item level. Now, is that actually better? Probably, but that comes into stat weights and distributions, which can be a little confusing. So as you can see, this one, the Writhing Longstaff has 4 agility and 7 stamina on it. The Tunk's Toothpick has 5 stamina, 4 critical strike, and 2 haste. So you might say, oh, that one's better. Because of how stat weights work, I think agility is typically better because the Toothpick doesn't have any agility on it. I think that means the one with agility is probably better. Is agility stronger than critical strike and haste per point? But that's a thing we'll talk about in the end game. I kind of explained it there, but it gets even trickier then. So we are going to not worry about that for now and just put on the higher item level 1. And he wants us to... Well, you guys have got cultists in your town. I should have read that quest. You guys probably did. Or you didn't. Use our AoE abilities here to slice them all up. Grab another quest. Speak to Captain Lefty. Yeah, I think I can talk to Lefty. Oh. And not use travel form indoors. Stick to cat form. Cat form's pretty quick anyway. I got like a 30% movement speed increase, which is... That's faster than some other classes like movement speed ability increase. Like they're cool. Like my dash increases it by 60%. Theirs is like 30%. But I just got that naturally.
Safe travels.
So you're gonna have a lot of quests in WoW and you're gonna be like, wow, they're just sending me around to talk to random people. Yep. Yep, that's how it works. Hawthorne's anti-venom. Was I supposed to grab something off of you? I think I missed an item below deck. Look, I'm worried about the commentary, not the questing, but the questing will have... It's right there. I saw that before. I just didn't grab it. Now we've got it. And we're going to dash out of here. Get hung up on a rail. We can fly, so we should make use of that utility to go very fast. That was the wrong doorway.
King's honor, friend. Light bless you.
Complete that quest, and usually you'll see as we complete a quest, there's more are gonna pop up in that area. So there's kind of a progressionary chain you can do to just complete a whole zone. And by zone, I mean like this zone, the Borean Tundra, like this whole thing. Maybe our first. I don't know. We'll have to see. If I start getting way too high level before I finish the zone, maybe we won't finish the whole thing, but maybe we'll finish it all right. In our first little I don't know, arc here. But then you got other zones like Sholazar Basin, Howling Fjord, Grizzly Hills, Zuldrak. And I really thought about doing Grizzly Hills as my first zone. But Borean Tundra, I don't know, there's just something so memorable about it, man. It's your first introduction to the Wrath of the Lich King. You get the good, eerie music. Although, the Howling Fjord is good. And now now I'm thinking maybe I fly over and do the Howling Fjord, because that's actually more memorable for me. We'll do a couple quests here, we'll do a couple quests there, and then we'll go to another expansion. How about that? That seems like the best option. What are we doing here? Throw a net at Scourged. Oh, these guys. Throw the nets at him. Net him, net him, net him. Give me like 10 of them. I want to fight 10 of you. Oh, I can only fight like one at a time. They're spitting fireballs at me. Net another one of these guys down. Hey, you! There he is. Eat him. Come on, come on. Got places to be, Scourged Flame Spitter. Some people will say that they kind of hate questing because it is slow. And you're not wrong. It is kind of slow, especially if you want to go really fast. You can go fast questing, though. You can go look up Haraldin on YouTube. He does a level 1 character to max level in, like, I don't know, 4 hours. The time it's going to take me to do 3 episodes of this, and I'll be like level 20. Yeah, he'll have a max character. These guys are starting to do some damage. Make sure we keep our health topped up there. Is that all of them we had to kill? It is. So we're going to head back inside. But yeah, I mean, I think you should enjoy questing. You should savor those calm moments. I mean, I used to just level characters for the heck of it. Because it's fun to just get out there. And then there's uses too. If you have a bunch of max level characters, it is so easy to make just a bunch of gold. Voice crack included as well. But no, you can have if you have a bunch of characters, bunch of little army of alts, you can make bank by just, I mean, almost doing nothing. But if you have 20 characters to do it on, make 1,000 gold per day on 20 characters, you've got 20,000 gold. We're gonna go over here and do these explosives, which are located right there on my quest bar, and I've placed them. I should run. That was anticlimactic. I was expecting a big explosion. Always consult the map if you're lost. Put down these explosives. Surely this one will be a big explosion. No. No explosion. It burned it. Oh, there it was. There it was. That thing was in there? Oh, good thing I didn't run into that. And then I have to kill these cultists. Which shouldn't be too hard. They are very weak. And they had so much cheese on them. Why was there so much cheese? Oh, I'm looking for a drop. So the cultist communique is a drop. So whenever you see that, just keep killing them until it drops. We got 2 of them. I'm gonna keep the extra one for myself. You never know when you need a cultist documentation. For but who knows? Making deals and stuff. Looks like we're getting a new chess piece out of this. That's awesome. Travel to the Farshire. We can do that, Sergeant Hammerhill. Okay. Looks like we've got some consumables in here. Feel free to use those all you want. Oh, look at this guy. He's going out. He's going to fight something. We'll put on our new chest piece. We got a quest to turn in over here. Well, we got a quest to pick up right here. Yes, we can find Larissa at the end. Going back in here because, well, this is where we got the quest from. You gotta turn it back into him. Most of the time. But I should say, so these quest rewards we're getting, they scale with your level. So if I came back here to level 60 character or something like that, that would be not item level 37. That'd be item level like 200 or whatever. So here's going to be our first time we get to choose between 2 items that are both going to be useful for us. And I say useful loosely. So these boots, or these pants, are an upgrade, right? They're giving us critical strike, some agility, some stamina. This one is giving us a trinket that increases our spell power. And haste. We don't use spell power as a feral druid. And you might think I'm crazy for this. I'm going to take the trinket because it's a lot harder to come across trinkets than it is leg guards. And I don't know of another quest where we're going to get another one. So the 6 haste, even though we're not using the spell power, will come in handy. And we've leveled up, so we're going to grab this next quest. It's telling us to go to the inn. Notice, remember how our last quest told us to go to the inn? Well, guess what? Quests like to link into each other, so. And we have a couple more talent points to put in here. We'll leave that one for a second. We're going to come over here. So we've got some choices. We can grab a passive effect like Killer Instinct, which is just going to increase physical damage and armor. Very nice. Typically, if you have something in your class or talent tree that's like, hey, do 5% more damage, you're probably taking that, because odds are that's way more value than another talent would be. We could grab Frenzied Regeneration, which is a bear form ability, but it does heal you for a lot of health. And you can see that this branches down into more defensive options. We could grab Maim, which is a stun. A little bit of CC we can use, CC being crowd control. If I say it once, I never have to restate what it means, right? That's how that works. They do that in books all the time. A sip of water to hydrate yourself. That's not a talent, but I think I'm just going to go with the physical damage and armor. Because, well, damage is good. Now over here is where we start to get into pretty more impactful choices, I would say, because this is going to be your, well, this is your class, or your spec tree. So we've got Omen of Clarity, which is going to make my next Shred, Thrash, or Swipe cost no energy sometimes. That's nice, because as you can tell from fighting, sometimes we've had to pause to wait for our energy to come back, so that's great. Coiled to Spring, if you generate a combo point in excess of what you can store, your next Ferocious Spider Primal Wrath does 10% increased direct damage. Might be good later on, but we're not generating many combo points now, so we're never going to go over our cap, so I'm not probably going to worry about that. And we got Primal Wrath, which is another one of our spenders. Except it's going to be AoE Rip to all enemies. And AoE Rip to all enemies does sound really awesome. Yeah, I mean, requesting it's probably not necessary, though. I'm going to just take... No, I'm taking it. I'm going to take it. Because it's just a great button. And the point after it is making our rake hit more targets, which is great. So we'll go into our cat farm. Oh, we've got Prowl. Okay, so now we can enter stealth. And we will see some of that stealth gameplay come in handy while requesting. I can assure you that stealthing basically just makes you invisible to enemies around you. They can still see you if you walk like directly into them, but in general, like if this was an enemy right here, this guy, if I walked around him like that, he wouldn't see me. And when there's something at the back of a cave and you don't feel like killing all the enemies to get back there, well, it's great. You can just stealth past all of them. This guy's giving me, I was reading this quest, deliver the Kirin Tor Signet to Archmage Cylindra at the Violent Gate in Dalaran. This is another quest to go to Dalaran. I don't think I'm going to be going to Dalaran anytime soon, so I'm not going to grab that. I'd advise you guys, if you're playing, to just do all the quests, but, you know, we want to be a little quick here while playing, you know. I don't want to be stuck questing for 70 episodes, so we're going to just grab quests that are a little more relevant and quick, right? Ones that are going to make our level go up rather than unlock old school stuff for us. What information do you have on the cult? Use the Oculus of the Exorcist in 3 different locations in Valiant's Keep. Sure. Expand our quest out here. And I believe she wants us to use it here. In the center. Usually, okay, I'll say this. You see a center, you see a circle on your map like this? Probably in the center is where you're going. So we're going to use our item there. Salty John Thorpe. Are you a cultist?
Well met.
I have reason to believe you're involved in cultist activity.
Bless you.
Well? I suppose this is it then. I'm gonna go down. Oh my goodness, he just came out swinging. Fight him. Think you can take a cat generally the size of you? Yeah, bigger, I'd say. I guess I never realized how big this cat form is. It's like it's a real cat, man. I mean, I know people think big cats are big in like the real world, right? On Earth, not in Azeroth. And they are, generally, I would say.
Hey there.
Yes, a tiger is larger than you, and a lion is larger than you. But like a cheetah,
Around.
cheetahs aren't that big. I mean, isn't a big cheetah like 100 pounds? That's a big cheetah. I think they're generally way lighter than that.
Hi, how are
Like very small compared to the average human. Yeah, we'll grab that. Remember we saw that guy fighting earlier? I bet he was doing this quest. Are you Tommy Hegger? Are you a cultist? You don't want the smoke, man. I'm gonna use Primal Wrath. Let's see the animation on it. Yeah, see, that's part of the problem of playing a Feral Druid or a Guardian Druid. Animations are kind of blah. They kind of, you just kind of scratch stuff. I think they're fun classes to play. Like the rotations and stuff on them are fine. Especially Feral. I think Feral plays very, very interestingly to some of the other classes in the game. It is a full bleed class. Like it like your bleeds go crazy. Cultist in jail defense. Oh, it was this guy. But yeah, I don't know. The animations are kind of weak sauce compared to some of the others. Oh, you're the cultist guard, Mitchells. Whereas you play like a Retribution Paladin or, I mean, as far as melees go, that's kind of the big flag. Well, Enhancement Shaman. Oh, the Windwalker Monks have some crazy cool animation too, so... A lot of the other classes... Oh, Havoc Demoner. Okay, see, now I'm just naming all the other melees because they all look so much cooler than a Feral Druid does, which just scratches people. Where am I going? Am I blind? Am I crazy? I just flew into some... I can't think of the name of those right now. Supports? Not supports. It's for... Scaffolding. That's what I'm talking about. Scaffolding. Arcanon Poros. It's like it's like the guy who knows a little bit of Spanish, but he doesn't like pronounce things properly. Walks up. Me llamo Bowen. It's Arcanon Poros. He knows the Draenei language, right? He's not a native speaker. He's just trying to be inclusive. He's just trying to be like, hey, they speak this language, I'll be nice to them. Gerald, you are large and in charge. See you around. Gerald Green in Fireshire wants you to go out into the mine and find out what happened to the military detachment that was sent there. Gerald, you could take on an army yourself. What do you need me for? I guess I'll go. And why am I running? We have the power of flight. Look at that. Look at this zone. Look at this dude. We will stealth. Now, you might think, oh, he can stealth up and grab this quest objective. No. Using an item or whatever takes you out of stealth, but if we have to just run past stuff, it's very nice. Return to Gerald. That was it? There's another thing back here. We're gonna stealth up. Sneak past these guys. Let's see if I can get out of their aggro range, maybe, and like grab it from the far angle. Nope, they're coming. I should have used my Primal Wrath there. But I did not. Let me loot these fools. Thasarian, my brother. Bring the enlistment card to Larissa at Valiant's Keep. Okay. Oh, another thing you might notice along the way. And I guess we can have a quick little discussion about professions here. You might find nodes, herbs, or ores out in your travels. If you do have the mining profession or the herbalism profession, feel free to pick them up. Odds are a lot of those actually still sell for some gold. So you can just chuck them up on the auction house and make some money off of it. But another caveat to that, they are totally not useful for pretty much anything you'll be doing as a new player. Or really any player. So these old herbs and ores are only really used for I don't know, like achievement hunters, I guess you could say, or and we're just gonna grab all these quests. Achievement hunters slash transmogrification. We can talk about this right now too. Transmogrification is a system in the game where you can just change gear to look like any other gear that you've acquired in the past. So if I wanted to, I could change my armor right now to look like this pirate set, or this really, oh, hold on, let me take off this tabard. Oh yeah, that's manly right there. Or this this Murloc onesie, or you know, whatever. Like there's a lot of stuff. And all it takes is a little bit of gold, which is I think more than I have. No, we've got 11 gold, but I'm not about to do that because we're going to be replacing our gear so much. At some point, eventually, I will. We'll cook up something funny. But for right now, we're gonna pass on that. But oh yeah, so these old ores and stuff, the ones that aren't a part of whatever the current campaign or the current expansion is, probably kind of irrelevant for the purposes of like making your own gear or something. So if I was like a leather worker right now, I probably could make my own gear. But it wouldn't be very useful because I'm leveling up so fast and the quest rewards are going to give you gear that I wouldn't worry about it. What did I say I was going to get? Tiger's Fury lasts 5 seconds. That's kind of crazy, actually. I didn't know that talent existed. Rake stuns a target. You know, we're going to be coming out of stealth a lot. And those rakes are going to be hitting hard coming out of stealth. Let's do that, actually. I think that's a talent they play later on as well. So, I'm going to stealth my rake. Oh yeah, it's going to stun him, and then it's doing a bunch of damage. But only for that initial one out of stun. So, that'll be good for questing, I think. As long as we just stealth up before every enemy and then hit him with that big rake. Oh, but yeah, back to it. Professions. Don't think you have to level them while you're leveling, because every expansion has its own like professions, and like you don't have to start at ground level like 1. So I right now could do no professions, wait till they get to the newest expansion, pick up mining and herbalism or leatherworking or whatever sort of crafting thing, and immediately start at that expansion's level. You don't have to work your way through all the other ones. So if you want to do it for the end game, cool. I would recommend you do some professions. They can save you a lot of gold or make you a lot of gold. But you don't have to do it while you're leveling your character. Don't let me dissuade you from doing it, though. If you like doing that, sure. Why am I killing these guys? Oh, because I need to kill 14 of them. What else do I need to do? Our share grain burned. Where is the grain? Is it these? I don't know what grain it wants me to burn. This is grain. That's not grain. Oh, it's these little sacks. There we go. Should have been burning those along the way instead of yapping. It's gonna happen quite a bit though. Sometimes I wish there was no cooldown on all of these old school quest using items, you know. Well, if you were doing this as like, so say we were in Wrath of the Lich King and we were going through this area, all these ghouls would take us like 10 times as long to kill. You know, we wouldn't be one-shotting them. So that's why, like, I guess it didn't really matter if there was a 5-second cooldown. That does also prevent somebody from like going through the area and burning all the grain. You know, like it makes people, it's if there's 30 people trying to do quest here, you know, you have a 5-second one, so you can't just like get it all done and steal them all. I think in the same vein of what we did before with the trinket, we're gonna grab a ring here because we just don't have a ring. And I'm gonna take this necklace because it's a way larger upgrade. So that one's going from item level 37 to 48. This one's 5 to 48. So we're gonna grab that. Grab the next quest. Turn in you. Grab whatever your next quest is. Should I have read it? Yes, but also you can just go to the light up area on your map. Put that on. Gonna clear our inventory really quick. Sell all these random cheeses I'm getting. Cool. Okay, harvest, collector, rewired. You get rewired. You gotta be low on health? Bet you gotta be low on health. That's gonna be hard though. Oh. You gotta be so low on health, you're dead. Don't worry, he's a robot. He was never alive anyway. To all the AI overlords listening to that, that's fighting words. You do know how cool it'd be if I was like enemy number 1 of like... I'm not saying there is AI overlords, but if there were, like that'd be cool. Like man versus machine. I think I could take most iPods in a fight. A Nokia though? Like the old school Nokia phones? That might best me. Also, something about a Huawei. Those things gotta be scrappy in a fight. I've turned your harvesters into weapons of war. So here we go. This one, intellect. We don't want that. Yeah, it's better. Although technically that gives stamina instead of, you know, nothing. But I don't know. We'll grab the boots. Okay. Let's go complete this quest line up here real quick before we... do I see it in the distance? Is that it? No, it's not. Oh, I need to go to the back of that mine. Oh, what are you? Karen, I don't caribou the color? You need to die. Look at all these deer she's killed. And by deer, I mean caribou. So for this quest, you'll see, oh, the circle's over there. Well, sometimes that means you have to go down here into the mine first. I'm not in cat form. I'll let these guys hit. Well, I'm not going to let them hit me because they're actually kind of doing some damage. So I used my bark skin there. Gonna give me some damage reduction. Pop a heal. I mean, at any point in these fights, I could just use a heal and I would be, like, pretty safe. You saw that regrowth heals me for, like, 70% of my total health bar. Start bleeds on all these guys. Drop a heal. See, look. I just sit here and heal. They could never kill me. Reach level 16. I'm gonna get more damage and armor. And we'll be unlocking dungeons and stuff. Art release key. Well, where's that at? Get off my screen. Get off my screen. What's the ability you gave me? Said it gave me a new ability. You gave me a new passive. Reduces the chance enemies have to detect you while Prowl is active. Thank you. You think it's a guy at the back? I bet you it's a guy in the back. I'm gonna... Yeah. I bet you it's this dude. You have the key. And you know what? I'm gonna open up on you with the fury of one cat. A large cat, though. Oh, what'd you give me? Oh. Oh, here you go. Here's another little tutorial. So this item, remember, is binds when equipped. Says there at there at the top. Plus it's male, so I couldn't equip it anyway. This is an item I could like sell on the auction house if I wanted, or give to another player, whatever. Go down there, it sees agility, stamina, critical strike, versatility, whatever, blah blah blah. At the bottom it says add this appearance to your warband collection. And then at the very bottom you see it says you haven't collected this appearance. So about that transmogrification I was doing before, I don't have this appearance yet. So if I want to, and I'm going to do it, I can just right click it, and it'll see its appearance will be added to your collection, blah blah blah, it'll become warbound. So now I could send this to one of my, now that it's warbound until equipped, I could send it to my characters, but not anybody else's characters. Because I can't use that. And Captain Jacobs is back, we'll kill him. We're yapping again. You die. But now I have the appearance of that item, which looks like, oh, I guess I've gotten new armor since I was like, what does it look like that? It's just the chest piece switches under the tabard. It just looks, it's just a chess piece, but you know, you want to build up your collection because style is like everything in this game, as it is any game that has the ability to have style, you know. That's actually one thing I want to do. I'm gonna hop on my mount, I'm gonna do it. My my Grizzly Hills Packmaster mount. I want to make this tabard invisible. There. Now we can see my beautiful armor. Another thing you can do, this is for free, is to make things invisible. Like a lot of people like to hide their helmet. You just go to the very far left, or like their cloak. Takes a lot of scrolling sometimes because you've got a cloak back. There's 25 pages. You can make that invisible too. So you can do all those things and make them invisible. We'll ride our little bear over here instead of flying. Dude, he just knocked that guy out. Deliver the crate of Farshar or to Hilda. Sure. What is this on the map? What's that streak? See that? What's the lighthouse? It's weird that that's on the map. Hello, Hilda.
Hi.
A crate of Farshar ore.
Keep your feet on the ground. Good.
Oh, I see. He's sending off his ore to get weapons. To fight off the Scourge. Little jump up here to Larissa.
Safe travels.
Oh, well, there's another trinket.
See you around.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Maybe I shouldn't have grabbed that other trinket. Whatever. That one gives me agility, versatility. We still want that one. That one's good. So this one's going to get, so it's an on-use trinket. See at the bottom, use increases attack power by 17% for 20 seconds, 2-minute cooldown. You basically use it like an ability, so I'll put it down there on my bar. We'll use that on big fights. Or just, more likely, just whenever it's available to be used, because, well, it's the best time to use your cooldowns, when they're off it.
See you later. Have a good one.
With the other runner, yeah, sure. It's for Farshire. Go to the town hall building and ring the bell. We can do that, Gerald. And instead of climbing the ladder, I'm just gonna fly up here, because we have the ability to do that as well. I think the... Oh, to the town hall, everyone! We brought you weapons. Arm yourselves. Dude, let's see it. Let's see it. I want to see him armed up. They got gambling out here. Oh, look at them. They got pikes and swords. Go, go! Are they gonna win? Surely they wouldn't make him die immediately. Oh, that guy's losing health. I'm gonna heal him. Big. Okay, well, we've helped out this town. Surely none of them will die because they're inexperienced swordsmen to ravenous ghouls. I believe in them. Gerald, I need you to stop killing that ghoul so I can turn to my quest to you. Thank you.
What can I do for you?
Oh, and we get a big necklace. See, I just chose all the wrong things before because I remember I took the necklace. I just got a better one.
See you later.
That's fine. Yeah. Oh, epic upgrade. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. It just makes the item a little better. I don't remember what expansion like added that as a feature, or like you could get better quest rewards. It's not like, I mean, you can freak out if you get it, sure, but I wouldn't say it's something that you freak out too much about. First off, it happens quite a bit, and second off, I don't know, so you replace that piece in 2 hours of playing anyway. Probably, maybe not. Do I have? I don't. Druids at some point get like a, oh man, I got a shark attacking me. You get like a water form. I don't think I have it yet though. That was a weak shark. What? That guy's name's Clam Master K? I mean, I have to kill Clam Master K. Hold up. I'm gonna sneak up on him. I'm gonna use my trinket when I do it too. He's rooted me. I bit him. What did I get? Data would be interested in seeing this ear. Okay. I got his ears. I'm running into the walls. Oh, we didn't need to go to the top floor. It was fun though.
How are you?
You're not my quest guy. Who's my quest? It's you. It's old man Colburn. Give this man some wine.
See you around.
Find the prison inside Innerhold and speak to the deserter. Okay. I think that's the guy I saw before. We'll fly. It's just faster. Gotta make use of the bee. We'll interrogate him as a cat.
Hello.
Rawr.
Have a good one.
Another level up, 17. Speak with Ataika in Kaskala. Yeah, we can do that. Another talent point. I want that. So we're gonna get the point that leads into it. Because our energy generation is pretty slow. Let's go over here. Let's work our way like top left to bottom, or bottom left to top right. Got some rhinos over there. Hello, Karuk. You've come to my aid. I thank you, Zote. Well, no problem. Want you to slay a bunch of dudes. Okay. Oh, I couldn't see him before. That trinket is strong, actually. It makes us do a lot of damage. Turns out, 17 attack power is a lot. And when you get comfortable playing the game, I'd say pull as big as you're able to. Pull as many enemies as feasibly possible, because it's just going to save you time. I mean, it's going to save you time if, of course, the enemies aren't spread out too much, because then you're just kind of running around and not actually killing enemies. Like, I technically could, like, hit this guy and drag him over to this guy, but, you know, that's a lot of travel time. Stunning that guy and then come over here and killing this guy while the other guy dies. That saves time. How many of these guys I need? One more of these. More longboatsmen. We had the raiders. I got my sights on one right here. We'll kill him first person mode. Crazy. Crazy gameplay. What do you got for me? Bunch of intellect stuff. I'll take the staff. Just on the off chance we end up playing one of them's. You're gonna give me another one? Weird. I can defeat Gamel. Gamel. My voice has cracked like 3 times today. I wonder why that is. I don't really know. I'm well past the age I should be doing that. It's probably because it's, don't look at the top right. Don't look at the time. It's not even that late. I don't know what you're talking about. That's AM. Unfortunately. Also, I've talked a lot today. We were playing, played Marvel Rivals, Minecraft. Oh no, I've got 2 enemies attacking me. Shadow meld. And then mount up and fly away. Haha! Looks like we got a ring. Are we still only wearing 1 ring? We only have 1 ring. The 1 ring. Or Vija. Vija. Vija? Yeah. There's more of them. Should we get that ring on? I like it. And therefore, I put a ring on it. Oh, it's a captive serpent lady. They're called Naga. Like the race. And they hiss, yeah, see? Have you come to mock me, Night Elf? No. No, not really. She wants to go to the far northeastern end of the Riplash Ruins and slay Ragnar Druckerland. Yeah, I can kill Mr. Drucker? Drakar? It's probably Drakar. This would be a crazy quest if I had to walk over here, though, eh? Instead of just, you know, fly. We're gonna sneak past all these dudes. What kind of guards are they? And I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna just kill their boss. He's dead. We got the trident. See you later, suckers! I'm getting an interesting little cool effect. Oh, she actually gave me something that makes me swim quicker. Not really. Yeah, that's not too much quicker. It is a little faster, but it's still pretty slow. Find Leveroth in the waters below and use the trident to slay him. Sure thing. Wow, that's out there. So these zones were not made when you could fly as fast as this bee can go. So, seems like everything's really close to each other, but if you were gonna walk around, it would take a while, longer. We need to zoom in. Oh my god, you want me to kill that? Okay, I gotta get close. I don't really want to get closer. You mess him up. Use all your cooldowns. Use a defensive. That's the general way you kill large creatures. You hit all your buttons at once, and then they die. He's a tough cookie, though. I'm a cat. I'm not made for water combat. Notoriously, I actually hate water. You know, if you're going by the lore of cats. Oh man, I just looked at the time. Have I really been doing this video for 1 hour and 44 minutes? That is crazy. It actually has felt like half an hour. That does happen when you're playing World of Warcraft, though. Look out for it. I mean, it's a great game. It'll change your life, but, you know, maybe not always for the better. I kid. I kid. I will say one thing, though. Ooh, another... Wow, that was... Okay, the epic upgrades are kind of cool when it takes a green item to a purple. I will say this about WoW, though. Getting good at some of the end game things of it, I think have made me better at, like, all the other games I've played. Something about the awareness you have to have when doing the later raids and dungeons can help out a lot. We're going to want it eventually, so we're going to grab Frenzied Regeneration. And then we'll make sure we put that on our bear bar. There it is. I always have it on E for some reason. I should honestly get rid of Growl. Because I don't ever want to hit that button, really, but... It's fine. Did I put those gloves on? I did. Let's do a quick inventory check. We're good. Oh, I got all my mount. Fly over here and continue questing. I'll probably take this video up to about the 2-hour point. Call it there. That'll be almost 10 levels. If I could do 10 levels of video, that would be nice. I think in some level brackets, that'll be very doable. So not all the daily quest? Yeah, I can do that. Not all of the level brackets are created equal. I keep clicking the wrong keybind for that. I must have had that on something else before. So you'll notice if you level from 1 to 80 or whatever, that it, like as every like 10 levels you hit are gonna like feel different. So from like 10 to 20, it's pretty quick and you're pretty strong. From 20 to 30, it slows down and you feel weak. 30 to 40 is like a slog. Like you can't pull 3 enemies or you'll die. And it takes forever to get there. And then like 40 to 50 feels like a tenth of the time it took you to go from 30 to 40. And I don't know why. Like it's weird. I think it has to do with like how they did the old expansions and stuff. Like I can't explain it. And then 40 to 50, 50 to 60, I think you can actually do in a solid 10 minutes. And I'm not kidding about that. Okay, maybe not quite 10, but like very little minutes. Maybe we'll do a little speed run when we get there. See how quickly we can do 50 to 60. I need to be grabbing these supplies, don't I? Yes, I'll take all of your supplies. Head over here. Oh, this is a big pull. Big pull. Those guys are running away from me. Get him with the big rip. Wow. We're so strong and powerful. It's definitely not because we're level 18. Things are, you know, well, like I was saying before, things are kind of easy for us right now. One thing I haven't done in a while, you know, before I was talking about that BOA gear, that bind on account gear that's really strong and levels with you and scales with you. I'm not going to be using that for this, so we'll see. That usually makes you very strong because we can actually compare it to, they're called heirlooms, I guess. So like my current shoulders are 3 agility, 5 stamina. If I put on my heirlooms, I would have 5 agility, 7 stamina, and 9 critical strike. Plus all those tier set bonuses in the bottom, which basically equate to you are stronger. Or if I got put on my weapon, I could have like sockets and I could socket it and put enchants on them. Like you could make yourself very strong while leveling. I know a lot of the people who like speedrun level, and I've done it before too, just try my hand at the old speedrunning. of leveling. I believe my fastest time from 1 to, it was 70 at the time, was about 8.5 hours, which isn't putting up any sort of records, but that's not bad. I mean, that's one sitting. I mean, it took me like all day, but we've all played video games all day before. That's taking a brand new character to like max level.
I will hear you.
Find Elder Makahuit.
Yes, Shalashka. Good hunt.
Put on this ring. No, I'm not going to put on this ring because it has intellect on it, and I'm an agility guy. So I'm going to clear out my inventory real quick. And we'll sell all this stuff, and we'll hold on to the ears because that's funny. What did I say his name was? I called him Makahuit. It's Mahit. Not even close. There's another level. Ooh, can I get another level in 9 minutes? We'll try. Want you to find Eric's corpse. Throw in our next talent point. We wanted this one for the energy generation. It's just gonna be nice while we're leveling. Ability Feline Adept. And go to our spellbook. It's passive. Okay, I can use some abilities in cat form. Very nice. Oh, we did unlock it. Look at, I have my my water form now. That's a very nice part of Druid is they when I unlock it, I don't know when I get it. Yeah, at some point I will unlock a flight form, which I don't even have to use my little bee. I can just jump into a flight form and fly around. Which we might use, we might not. I kind of like a normal mount. It's fun. I can kill Hagar the Horrible. I can manage that. This I can do. In like 2 hits. Weak sauce. That's an intellect staff, and that is an intellect held in offhand. So we're going to grab whatever one sells for more.
Who is this that speaks?
Travel to Milwaukee Harbor. In Dragonblight? Dragonblight? That's all the way over there. Not going to do that right now, but I will go do this one. Corporal then wants you to slay 7 defenders. Sure. Dragonflight. Okay, well, he wants us to... Dragonblight, not flight. Very different words. I just missed that guy with all those hits. Send a little defensive here, just to get used to it, if nothing else. You know? I think that's something you should do, is, get used to hitting your defensive buttons like your bark skin and whatnot. Out of combat, or even in combat, I can flip into bear form, use my frenzied regen, just get some health back. All these guys, and I don't know, maybe I was trying to play slow, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't actually playing slow, but as we get along, I'm gonna just start to, you know, maybe pick up the pace a bit and do things. This is a playthrough. We will be having a fun time and talking and doing our thing. But at the end of the day, the goal is to get to the end game. So we will cut to the chase here and there. And just kind of start to get things done.
Can I help you? Have a good one.
I'll point out fun and notable things, though, as I go along the way. Because, well, what fun would this be without that? I need to fly in here. I need to go up here. I'm gonna stall out. Oh. Oh, I didn't. It lied to me. I didn't have to go up here. How do I get in here? I thought this was a doorway. Oh, probably here. Look at this guy. That's the Saurian.
What?
He's got two-handed weapon. He's cool.
Tomorrow.
The Saurian, the Death Knight.
Another time.
Go to Death Stand and ride dusk to the location of Tanathal's phylactery. This is Tanathal. Okay. But he's a lich. Liches have phylacteries. Can't kill him without it. Kind of like Voldemort. Voldemort was just a lich, you know? User. Oh. I thought this pool of water was bigger. I thought this was like an ocean. It was not. If you're wondering if I can see right now, no. No, I cannot. I'm just attacking the health bar. I got his phylactery. It was in a puddle of water 10 feet away. Surely you could have like done that yourself. But he's gonna give me experience for it, so I can't be too mad. And there it is, level 20. Wow, I really didn't know if we were gonna make that. And I mean, that was only 5 minutes to get that extra level. Things can go pretty quick when you're just actually getting quests done. We will accept that. We have an unspent talent point. Oh, yeah, we'll increase the duration of bark skin. Sure. Oh, did I just see we got our flight form? Oh, travel form allows you to fly. Ah, I see. Well, I will also... Here, let me find a cool perch. Yeah, we're gonna go perch up here. Right here on this bone. No, I'm actually not gonna find a perch because I want to show you guys something that I didn't point out in the last one. So if you're logging out and you're like, I'm gonna be done, and I'm gonna be pulling this video to close because we only have 3 minutes left till 2 hours, and I feel like that's probably enough time for a video. Nobody's gotta watch this whole thing anyway. If you're still here though, at the end of it, well, thank you. First off, hope you're enjoying it. Well, I appreciate you. But I want to show how to get rested experience, which is going to just give you a little boost next time you log in. So if you are going to log out, I would go find the nearest inn, which can be done by finding an innkeeper. And you'll notice when you're in here, you get these little snooze things next to your name bar, and your experience bar is probably turned blue. Now you see in the bottom right there, it says rested. 200% of normal experience gains from monsters. So the next time you log in, up to a certain threshold of experience, you'll get double. So I can just give you a little boost the next time you log in. So I'll make sure I log out in here. But what we can do is we can sit down by this fire. Way too close to it. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. That's Zote currently resting by the fire as we're out here in this cold Burian tundra. I hope you guys had a great time. Hope you learned something, and if you didn't, well, I don't know. Sure. But I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.